Good morning and welcome to day 47 from Ho Chi Minh City, formerly known as Saigon. It's pretty cool. I've been here for 24 hours and I already love the place. We are today heading towards the Independence Palace, going to go and check out the palace, then the War Museum, and then see what else we can find. I'm in the park at the moment, just around the corner from our hotel, which is about kind of 5 minutes that direction, and just had a bit of breakfast. Now heading towards the Independence Palace, and as always I'll take you guys with me and film everything we do. So yeah, let's go and check out Ho Chi Minh City. Guys, here we are at Independence Palace, which you'll see directly behind me. This palace was the home of the South Vietnamese president during the Vietnam War. It also signalled, it was the site and it signalled the end of the war when a North Vietnamese tank crashed through the front gates, and that symbolised the end of the Vietnamese War. They are the gates at the front that the tank crashed through, and then it created the reunification of Vietnam, where the South and the North joined and became one country. So guys, you're probably thinking something pretty similar to what I'm thinking, in that this doesn't really look like a very good palace. And you're probably right, it isn't a very good palace, but it is a very historical one. So we're going to walk around it. The first thing we're going to look at are the tanks, which are straight ahead of me, and these were the tanks that busted through the gates during the fall of the South Vietnamese to symbolise the end of the Vietnam War. Guys, this plane directly behind me was stolen by one of the North Vietnam lieutenants. It's a southern Vietnam plane. It's actually an American fighter, but it was stolen by one of the North Vietnamese lieutenants. He then stole it, did a bombing run of the palace and escaped. Ultimate bad man, stealing their own jet, bombing their own palace, and then getting away. What ledge?
Chaka Kahn, Chaka Kahn, Chaka Kahn.
Let me rock you, this all I wanna do. Chaka Kahn, let me rock you, Chaka Kahn. Let me rock you, got the feel for you.
Just finished up at the Independence Palace, and the history and kind of the culture and learning about some of the stuff about the Vietnam War is quite interesting, but the palace itself is pretty terrible. I was about to swear and say something even more defamatory than terrible. If you want to see loads of tables and chairs, then it's basically a palace of tables and chairs, but as you can see, it looks like a 1970s government building that the DVLA in Swansea would be housed in. It's not exactly a pretty building, and although some of the stuff inside is interesting, it's just table and chairs. So for the £1.50 entrance fee, you know, I'm going to say it's probably worthwhile, but literally you can walk through it in 20 minutes and you'll see everything you need to see. We're now going on to something a lot more interesting. I will show you some of the inside of it, but it was so boring I'm going to edit it down to about 20 seconds. We're now going to the War Museum, which I'm hoping will be a hell of a lot better than this. Guys, just on the way to the War Museum, took a little detour to France. So here I am outside the Notre Dame Cathedral. It's the Vietnamese version of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Don't worry, I haven't actually flown to France to see Notre Dame. Vietnam was under French, it was a French colony for a couple of hundred years, so there's quite a lot of French style within Vietnamese culture. So here is a shot of the cathedral, and let's take a wander inside. Actually a lot more impressive from the outside. The inside is a little bit bland. That's the Vietnamese version of the Notre Dame Cathedral. Not quite as good as the French version of the Notre Dame Cathedral, but from the outside it looks pretty cool. On now to the War Museum. Guys, I'm sure you can guess from the planes behind me, here we are at the War Museum. So let me take you on a tour.
Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Yeah. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Say it again, y'all. Look out. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. I said war. Good God, y'all. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Get said again. War. Lord. What is it good for? Absolutely nothing. Listen to me. War.
guys, so just finishing up at the War Museum. I filmed a few things whilst I was in there, but to be honest, quite a lot of it was quite harrowing, so it wasn't really something that you want to film and put out there. I definitely recommend coming, but it is very one-sided against the US, and it talks very much on the side of kind of obviously the North Vietnamese, because we're in Vietnam. It's an interesting exhibition, and it's really worth going to, but you've got to have a fairly strong stomach because some of the photographs in there are pretty disturbing. All of the tanks where I'm standing at the moment outside are pretty cool. It's nice to see, you know, all of the tanks and all the stuff from the war itself. But yeah, it was pretty disturbing imagery inside there. And all the stuff that you see about Agent Orange, which is the biological weapons they used during the Vietnam War. Even now they're still having serious detrimental effects on the Vietnamese people. So it's a pretty sad museum. It's certainly, you know, not for the faint-hearted, and you know, it's pretty difficult to not get you know, a little bit emotional about it, I guess. But yeah, not the most light-hearted thing to do on a Saturday afternoon. But hopefully tonight I can go out, drink a lot, and forget all about this. And obviously, if I can, and it's safe to take my camera out, I'll take you guys with me. So stay tuned. So here we are on Backpack Street, Biu Vien, and this is where all the backpackers go, and you drink and have a good time. So we're gonna get some food and then go drinking, and I will take you guys with me as much as I can. So stay tuned, and we will check this place out at night time.
Day and night, the lonely stoner seems to free his mind at night. He's all alone through the day and night. The lonely loner seems to free his mind at night.
Guys, that's it for day 47. It's been a pretty incredible day. The War Museum, the Palace was shit, but the War Museum was pretty cool. It was just a little bit emotional. We went out tonight, had a good night. I'm probably slurring my words right now, and the camera's probably shaking all over the place, so that means I had a good time. But until tomorrow we'll be checking out more of Ho Chi Minh City, so stay tuned for that. Remember to share it, give me a thumbs up if you like it, and stay tuned because it's going to get a lot more interesting as we travel through Vietnam. I love you guys, and peace out.